Hello, in this video I will show you how to create a workflow consisting of 3 steps: a form, a contract signing, and a direct debit setup using GoCardless. So let us start with a new folder. And then as the first step, let us create a form. Once the form is created, we can go back to the documents, and the next step is to define a signing template. To do that, you need to either import a document you would like users to sign, or you can create it from scratch using MyDocSafe. In this video, I will show you how to use an existing document. I have one already prepared, which I'm importing. Once it's imported, you now need to turn it into, or you need to create a signing template. To do that, go to Document Template, pick a document, and select the document you've just imported. Since you will be using this document in a workflow, the messaging that the user will receive at the beginning will be defined when you send the workflow to the user. So this welcome message actually is not relevant, so you can ignore it. The thank you message is relevant because after the contract is signed, the user will receive an email thanking them for signing the contract. So let's actually fill this field. Thank you for signing the agreement. You can specify other advanced settings, and then the document should open up, which is the agreement you would like to have signed, and you can now specify the signature fields, which you can of course resize and then add all the other fields you need. So once you're happy with that, you can save the template. So now the template is saved, so we now have the 2 ingredients we need for the workflow. The third ingredient is GoCardless. So for GoCardless to work with the workflow, you need to have an existing GoCardless account, and in the add-on settings, you need to actually activate the connection between GoCardless and MyDocSafe. I have already done that, so I don't need to do this this time around. So we have the form, we have the signing template, and we have a GoCardless connection. So we can now design the workflow. To do that, you can either click New and then Workflow, or you can just go click the link on the left-hand side. Let's pick a name. And now we can assemble the workflow from the steps we have been building. So let's say that the first step should be the form. You select the form from the drop-down menu and then tell the system which form to use. Once it's selected, you can add another step, and the second step could be document signing. And now you need to select the signing template. You have just created one, so let's select this one. And then add another step, and then let's say that this should be a payment. So now you can specify what the payment is for. Let's say this is a retainer for £100. And once you're happy with this, you can create the workflow. Now the workflow is ready to be shared, and you can share it in 2 different ways. You can create a public link to it, which you can send by email or place on a button on your website. Or you can invite users to that workflow by sending them an email, also directly from MyDocSafe. There is a difference between how those workflows work. If you use a public link, this means that when it comes when the user clicks and fills the form and then is presented with a contract, they will actually need to provide their email address and get authenticated through that email address before they can sign the document. If you share the workflow by email, then we already send them the request by email, so that they don't need to do the email authentication twice. Let me now show you what the user experience is of this workflow. We can send it by email to to a test account and then specify the message. The message has been sent, so now let's go to the inbox of the person who is supposed to receive the workflow. Okay, here is the email invitation. This is the message that we specified and the button to the process. The person now clicks on the link and the first step of the workflow shows up, which is the form. It's just a simple form, so let's say I'm putting my name in, my email address, and the company name. After the person clicks submit, the second step of the workflow immediately is triggered, and that second step is the contract. The person can now jump to the first field and then sign and then draw the signature, and then maybe provide other information that is required. And then the person clicks submit, the contract is being sent out, and after it's done, the third step of the workflow will immediately be triggered. And the third step is, of course, the direct debit setup. These are just, of course, dummy accounts, because this illustration is based on a sandbox account for GoCardless, so no real money is actually changing hands. This is just an illustration, but the process you would go through would look exactly the same. So after the user fills up the direct debit mandate and confirms, now the process actually finishes. So the person can close the window and go back to their email account. And what they receive, a thank you email saying thank you for signing the document. And what you get is in the responses tab, you receive all the information, all the status about the workflow. So the form has been filled, the document has been signed, and the GoCardless mandate has been created. Now, where are those underlying documents? Of course, you can click and then just view the data here, or click and see the document. But if you go back to the folder where you created the workflow, you will see that all the documents are being saved in the same folder as the workflow itself. So in terms of the sign-up form, if you click on it, you can see that this form now is collecting all the records from the workflow just within its structure. The document, the contract that has been signed, is saved in the same folder as well, and this is what it looks like. It's a PDF version of the document that was sent out with the signature and the cryptography. And then in terms of the GoCardless mandate, you will receive an email from GoCardless saying a new customer has been created, and in your GoCardless account you will see a client record created with a mandate. So that is all done by us, since you authorized us to do it, and you don't need to do anything else. So that completes the three-step workflow using GoCardless. In future videos, we will show you more complex workflows using other types of services as well. So please stay tuned, and thank you very much for listening.